Your savings account is quietly making you poor. In 1923, a German civil servant named Heinrich saved his entire career. 20 years of discipline. He had 100,000 marks sitting in a bank account, enough to buy 4 houses. He didn't gamble. He didn't speculate. He did exactly what every financial advisor, every parent, every common-sense instinct told him to do. He saved his money in a safe place and waited. By November of that year, 100,000 marks couldn't buy a single loaf of bread. He didn't lose his job. He didn't make bad decisions. The system he trusted, the system he built his life around, simply changed the rules while he was playing by the old ones. You're probably thinking that's ancient history. Germany in the 1920s was a specific catastrophe. Hyperinflation on that scale doesn't happen in modern economies with sophisticated central banks. And you're right, that scale doesn't happen. But here's what nobody says out loud. You don't need hyperinflation to lose. You just need a gap. A persistent, structural gap between the rate your savings account pays you and the rate at which your cost of living rises. And right now, in 2026, that gap is quietly destroying the financial futures of tens of millions of people who think they're being responsible. My name is Sam, and I've spent the last several years studying the mechanics behind why financially careful people end up broke. Not reckless people, not people who made dramatic mistakes, careful, disciplined, conventional people who followed the script they were handed. Today I'm going to show you the exact mechanism by which a savings account converts financial discipline into financial stagnation. We'll look at the math that the bank conveniently never puts in the brochure. I'll explain why the advice to keep 3 to 6 months of expenses liquid is directionally correct, but structurally incomplete in a way that costs you tens of thousands of dollars. And I'll give you a specific protocol for restructuring how you hold money so you stop losing the invisible war. Think of your savings account like a bucket with a very small hole at the bottom. Every month you pour money in. Every month a little leaks out. The hole isn't called theft. It isn't called fraud. It's called inflation. And the bank isn't fixing it because the hole is, in a very specific way, good for them. Here's the math, stripped of every complication. Let's say you have $50,000 in a high-yield savings account earning 3% annually. After 1 year, you have $51,500. Feels good. You made $1,500 doing nothing. But if inflation during that year runs at 4%, which is not an extreme scenario given what we've seen since 2021, the purchasing power of your $51,500 is actually worth less than what your original $50,000 could buy 12 months ago. You gained $1,500 in nominal terms. You lost $500 in real terms. You did everything right. You came out behind. Now stretch that over a decade. $50,000 held in a savings account earning an average of 3% annually, while inflation averages 4% annually. After 10 years, you have $67,000 in your account. Sounds like growth. But the purchasing power of that money, what it can actually buy in the real world, is equivalent to roughly $45,000 in today's currency. You held $50,000 for 10 years of discipline and ended up with the equivalent of $45,000. You lost $5,000 of real wealth by being responsible with your money. This is the hole in the bucket. And it doesn't scream at you, it whispers. It leaks so slowly that by the time you notice your lifestyle has quietly degraded, you've already spent a decade building the wrong foundation. The psychological trap is that savings accounts feel safe because the number only goes up. You open the app, you see your balance. It's higher than it was last month. Your brain registers success. Your brain is not wrong exactly. The number is higher. But the number is measuring the wrong thing. It's measuring how many dollars you have, not how much those dollars can actually do for you. And in a world where dollars are continuously redefined by inflation, that distinction is everything. Let me give you someone concrete to look at. Call him Marcus. He's 38. Works in logistics management, makes $75,000 a year. Over the past 6 years, he saved aggressively. He has $80,000 across 2 savings accounts. He's proud of it. He should be. That required real sacrifice. What Marcus doesn't realize is that if his accounts have been averaging 2.5% to 3% interest, while inflation averaged 3.5% to 4% over those 6 years, he has lost, in real terms, somewhere between $4,000 and $6,000 of purchasing power. The discipline was real. The progress was partially an illusion. Here's where it gets worse. Marcus's plan is to save until he has $150,000 in liquid savings before he starts seriously investing. He's been told that's responsible. But if the gap between his savings rate and inflation persists, every month he waits costs him not just the investment return he's missing, it costs him the compound growth on an increasing